like to send out a big, heartfelt thank you to everyone who's traveled from literally all over the world to be here tonight. Hopefully you're enjoying this mild, beautiful Texas weather and a little bit of Fort Worth hospitality. I can tell you've been enjoying the open bar. That makes me very happy, but a little nervous. It's great to be here tonight with all you beautiful people, so many friends and family, and brand new family that we're getting to know better this weekend. I'd be remiss not to give credit to my lovely bride, Heather, who is our social coordinator for the evening. We had a very small wedding, and I knew I would always be paying for it one day. So I'm paying for it tonight. She and Paige spent over a year preparing every detail to make this a treasured memory for all of us, and I think you'll agree when I say they did a fabulous job. So please enjoy the meal and the company, and I'll be back a little bit later to say some words about the handsome couple. Congratulations, Paige and Jay. Putting up with me for the past 3 decades as we raised our 2 beautiful, smart young ladies together. I also want to remember a few folks who are missing tonight. People who love Paige to the moon and back and probably would have been even prouder than I am tonight if that were possible. My dad, Henry, would have been here on the front row, tearing up worse than me, and telling anyone who would listen about taking Paige and her sister on trips to the zoo and the circus and anywhere else they could talk him into. And Jake, he would have adored you. I sure wish you could have met him. He would have had a ball. And of course, we're also missing Heather's stepmother, Derwin, a man who I once saw melt faster than butter on a hot biscuit the first time I met Paige. Speaking of Paige, where do I even start? I remember the day you were born like it was yesterday. You came into this world just a week after September 11th. A tiny, squishy, sweet little bundle of joy who managed to be a ray of sunshine and hope during some very dark days. Let me tell you, we quickly learned that Paige has a sweet tooth. You'll notice the cake is suspiciously creamy and sweet tonight because Paige loves all 4 food groups. Candy, candy canes, candy corn, and syrup. Somewhere on my phone, I have a picture of Paige on Christmas morning, age 5, clutching 2 fistfuls of chocolate with a look on her face like she had just reached nirvana. But that sweet tooth came with a sneaky side. Paige had braces when she was about 9 and was not supposed to chew gum, which she loved. One day, Heather found a giant, dried-up wad of chewed bubblegum that Paige had been stashing behind the books in her room. When she was asked about it, Paige did the only sensible thing. She grabbed it from her mother, ran to the bathroom, flushed it down the toilet, and came back and went, "What gum?" Not long after that, we moved to the same bookcase and discovered a stash of about 300 odd candy wrappers of every kind. We're still not sure where she got that much candy because we rationed what we gave her. Paige, I think it's time for you to divulge your sources. You're not going to tell us? Okay, we'll talk later. That's our girl, sneaky, but also disciplined and determined. She decided at a young age that she wanted to pursue ballet, and she went all in. 20 hours a week of lessons, rehearsals, and somehow still managed to get straight A's. And I became her personal paparazzi, taking photos at recitals and in far-flung places like the top of Mount Fuji. Ah yes, Japan. When you are on vacation with a dancer, sightseeing becomes, take a picture of me in first arabesque in front of the pagoda. One year, we were in Times Square at 6 o'clock in the morning to beat the crowds. She was in a cherry red leotard and a white tutu, and I was laying flat on the ground with a lens that could have doubled as a telescope. When I heard someone behind me speaking French, so I looked over my shoulder. Thanks, Paige. And there were 2 tourists taking pictures. letting her audition for the Spirit of America. What we didn't know is that she wanted to be in New York because she met some guy on the internet who lived in New Jersey, and they did. And I'm happy to report that he was, in fact, not a dangerous internet stalker. Now, what she told us was that they just happened to run into each other at the airport and strike up a conversation, which did not really add up for someone who also got A's in stranger danger. But that was her story, and she stuck to it, and after some time had passed, she eventually confessed to her sister first, and then eventually Heather browbeated out of her. But Paige swore them both to secrecy because she was worried I would come unhinged. Eventually there was a very theatrical confession, which I think was rather unsatisfying for her because I was like, well, of course. When I finally did meet this Jake from New Jersey, let me just say, every father hopes his daughter will find a partner who will cherish, respect, and love his little girl as much as he does. And if y'all didn't see that at the service tonight, I don't know what you were watching. Jen and Ryan, Michael and Yvette, you have raised a wonderful, wonderful guy, and we are so delighted that our families are now joining marriage. You also raised a pretty brave guy. The first time Jake came over to meet us, I took him directly to the shooting range. To another pistol practice. Not only did he not run for the hills, but he actually turned out to be a pretty darn good shot. Jack can attest to that. When he asked me for Paige's hand in marriage, he planned it at an axe throwing bar. Although he chickened out on the first try. He finally got the words out later on a hunting trip while we were sitting in deer blind, me with a hunting rifle in hand. Go big or go home. Jake not only survived that, but he also survived several family Catan games with us, which I think might be the true test of commitment. And somewhere along the way, he learned the true secret to a happy marriage. We always let Paige win. So Paige and Jeff, let me offer a few parting words of wisdom after almost 39 years of marriage. First, love is a choice. You choose to love each other even on the days when happily ever after feels like a distant memory. Second, make time and fun for each other even when life gets busy. And yes, we will gladly drop everything to babysit anytime as long as the Saints are in town. And last, Jake, this one's for you. In the immortal words of Charlie Brown's nemesis, Lucy Van Pelt, all you need is love, but a little chocolate every now and then doesn't hurt. Okay, we've got two more toasts, so don't drain your glasses, but please join me in raising a glass to Paige and Jake. We've got a bunch of McFarlands and Houlihan's here tonight, so I thought an Irish toast would be appropriate. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and the rains fall soft upon your fields. And may your lives together be filled with love, laughter, and endless happiness. To Paige and Jake, slum chop.